All right, welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Artemis. This episode. I'm gonna have a little disclaimer for anyone who may be watching. As this game is being made during the spooky Halloween season, I thought that it'd be fun to have a scary, spooky, sometimes grotesque imagery and descriptions episode. So take this with whatever grain of salt warning you want, and we're going to get started here. So, like I said, the ship has just undergone a crew rotation in and around Deep Space Nine. Captain Nolan has been rescued from the true path while trying to secure negotiations on Bajor. They're probably thinking of this a few days after that event. The captain is probably given a clean bill of health, and we're going to start the scene off in the briefing room with some of the new faces as the captain looks around at his senior staff. Thank you, everyone, for the rescue. I did not get an opportunity to thank everyone properly. It was quite the situation I found myself in on Bajor. Want to thank you personally, Commander, for, as the commander leaves, for the rescue attempt and for facilitating the end of the negotiations. As I've been cooped up in sickbay for the last couple of days, thought I'd get a status update on the ship's systems.
Well, I could say from my first time being on the ship, this ship has some of the best sensors I have ever seen. I am amazed at how well your crew captain has been able to keep these sensors calibrated and ready to go. I am just so excited to work with them.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Pardon me, I didn't seem to don't think we have been properly introduced.
I assumed you would have read my record before I sat down. I apologize, Captain. I am Lieutenant Junior Grade Zinder. You are noticing my blue mane and full set of fur, and that is because I am a Cation. I have been in the academy for a while, and I was stationed on another starship and recently received my promotion and moved on to the Artemis.
You'll be happy to note, Lieutenant, that I did indeed read your file. And you seem to have a very bright and promising future.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain.
See, we have another new face here. One I barely recognize, as I was in and out of consciousness.
Well, Captain, it's nothing, your sickness was nothing I haven't seen before. Very textbook case of the space flu. Hello, everyone. And he stands up, human male, brown hair, brown eyes. He has the Starfleet uniform, black and blue. And he goes, "My name is Dr. McCoy. My friends call me Knees. And I'm here to be your new chief of staff, chief medical officer." Sorry about that. The sick bay was, I don't know what was going on with that last doctor, but he left quite a mess. I'm tired from having to rearrange all of the instruments. He put the hydro sprays on the left drawer when they go on the right drawer. Classic mistake. And he sits back down and he grunts. He's like, "Oh, God," underneath his breath.
It is, of course, your department, Doctor. whatever changes you need to make them.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you. And I hope, for the sake of the mission, no one else gets sick. Yes, I am a doctor, but there's nothing more that we hate than a sick patient.
Fortunately, I think sickness comes with the territory. Lieutenant Ricks, status of the tactical and security departments.
Everyone's good to go, Captain. Ship tactical and security systems are at an all-time high.
No doubt to your input, I'm sure.
Well, let's say I've been insistent. Sir.
Right, Commander, anything to report from the rest of the ship's departments?
Nothing that comes to mind, sir. It'll, all runabouts are now accounted for. And, there was no damage during an incursion to the Gamma Quadrant.
Excellent. So I see that you have followed my orders to the T then, Commander.
Yes, sir.
Right. It seems that all ship systems are in functioning order. It seems that we have our crew rotation finished. Commander, I have new orders. We're to head back to the Rolar sector and begin exploration on the far side of the Rolar Nebula. It's about time Starfleet is letting us venture deep into the sector. And who knows, maybe we'll get a chance to put those highly advanced sensors to good use. As he looks to the Cation with a slight grin.
Well, that sounds exciting. Sounds exciting, right, senior officers?
Anytime I get to use the sensors is going to be an exciting time for me.
Right. Well, if there is nothing else to report, I'm glad to see that the ship is being operated to the utmost perfection. I think we can conclude this meeting. Oh, and Commander, I do have the coordinates set here. If you can make the appropriate course changes, please.
Understood, sir.
And if there's nothing else, you are dismissed.
And as the doctor gets up, he's like, "Oh my god!" And he finally gets up and walks out.
Okay.
Alrighty. So like I said before we started, there is going to be like a 30 stardate time jump. So if there's any scenes that you guys would like to do, any free roleplay you guys want, let me know now, and I could get those scenes made, and I'll give you the space for any free roleplay. If not, we'll get started at the mission proper.
I'm good for now.
I don't particularly have a scene to do any of that, so I'm good with the mission starting.
Sure, I'm good with the mission starting too. I'm also happy to go hang out in whatever the equivalent of 10 forward is, get to know the cast and crew, but it sounds like the rest of the cast and crew want to just get going, so let's do that.
Yeah, 1 sec. Do you have any questions about that info, Kier, or that good? Oh, I should probably mention Kier is a betazoid. So sometimes I have to send some brainy type information over. Oh, and this is probably for the new players. I think Cinder saw it last week. But I tend to help facilitate roleplay. I do tend to send information pertinent to you guys via private message in Discord. So sometimes I might have to take a little bit and type that out. But I feel it helps with the immersion so that you guys don't really have to repeat what I just said. You know, you guys can just do it straight from your voices. So just keep an eye out if you see a message from me. You know it has information in it. Okay, we'll head to the Artemis. Let me throw some. As I have a coughing fit. Yeah, Doctor, I don't know if you want to spend time on the bridge or if you're more comfortable just remaining in sickbay. I'll give you the option if you want to have a bridge post or if you want to be strictly in sickbay.
I'll hang out in the bridge.
Yeah, are you aware of the troop play options that are available in this game?
No, I am not, but please do enlighten me.
Yeah, so I don't know, Jim, if you want to take it away, but otherwise. Basically, there'll be a bunch of supporting characters, or you can create a supporting character based on what you need. I can't remember how exactly supporting characters get made.
Yeah, that's right.
But then you get to play on those instead if you wanted to do something that was more. What's the right way to put this? That would have a more active engagement in something happening on the bridge than the Doctor might.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, at the start of the scene, you would pretty much select who you're playing. It could be yourself. It could be a supporting character. Supporting characters are limited, but that only really becomes relevant on like away missions or whatever. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So yeah, so we'll do our stardate jump. We'll head to the star map, show really quick, show you where the ship is. There it goes. So that I was about to say expedition. The Artemis is over here on that side of the Rolar Nebula, heading toward its mission coordinates, probably somewhere over here. So this has been about 10 days travel time from Deep Space Nine, where you currently are. So yeah, so there was a bit of a time jump between the last episode and this episode. Head back to the bridge. When your ship receives a hail.
Captain, we appear to be receiving a hit.
Put it on screen. Actually, I think I like that view screen better. Sorry, I just got to put the tokens back. When Lieutenant Nira, who I introduced last week, appears on the view screen. Captain Nolan, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Captain will speak up. I'm sorry, I seem to be at a disadvantage, Lieutenant. Yes, I suppose we haven't been formally introduced. I am Lieutenant Nira. I am to be taking over as the fleet liaison to Admiral Gibson. I do have a mission for you, Captain. Our long-range sensor probes has just detected a distress signal from the USS Peregrine. The Peregrine has been declared missing 6 months ago. And we just now picked up a distress beacon. Sending over the coordinates to you now, Captain.
A starship missing for 6 months? Damn. Haven't seen anything this disastrous since my divorce.
We'll alter course right away. This is just for you guys, really. Since I'm technically playing an NPC captain and I kind of know what's going on, if there's any questions that you guys want to ask, just ask. Just because I don't really want the captain to be taking control too much. Right. Captain Nolan will speak up then. Right, we have the coordinates, Lieutenant. We'll alter course right away and try to render aid if we can. Thank you, Captain. Look forward to reading your reports. Lieutenant Nira out. Yes, what is it, Commander?
Could you please send over the information on the ship?
Yes, of course. I'll send the entire file we have on it.
Thank you.
And then... Right. Do we have those coordinates?
How long is it going to take us to get to reach the last coordinates?
About 15 hours.
Not bad, not bad.
$15 hours at probably max warp or high warp. Set a course and engage as fast as the ship will go. Commander, I want you to take point in this. Try to learn as much as you can about the ship before we get there.
Understood.
Captain, can I ask to be on the away team if one is needed? Assuming that we can't just transport the crew from the ship and we have to go out in a shuttle to dock.
I have no problem with you going there, Doctor. Of course, I am going to leave this at the purview of the commander.
And I look at the commander, giving her a thumbs up, hoping they give me a thumbs up too.
This is a rescue mission, so don't worry.
I mean, we don't know it's a rescue mission yet. We could get there and everything's fine. Who knows why they've been missing for 6 months? I think at this point, I also want to, my character would want to start calibrating the sensors ready for, I don't know, some sort of deep ship scanning. Something that will give us some sort of advantage for when it comes to scanning the ship and being prepared for the kind of, whatever kind of ship it was. I didn't catch what class of ship it was. Maybe I missed it.
You did not miss it. It was not mentioned.
Commander, I'm preparing the sensors ready for when we arrive at the ship. And what's the class of ship that you see there in the notes about the vessel?
You should have it pulled up in the computer database now.
Go ahead and give me a control command, Commander, just to pull up the records.
Sorry, control what?
Command.
Oh, I don't think I have a focus, so I'll give you one threat though. See if I can't generate some momentum.
Then probably assisted by the ship's computers command. All right, gain 2.
That was a reroll for bait.
Oh, that was okay. Then I just need the ship. Looks like you gain 3. All right. So the ship is classified as a Miranda class ship, registry 31962. Current status is missing in action. Last contact 6 months. If there's anything particular you guys are looking for, let me know, and I can give you that info.
Sorry, what class of ship was that?
Miranda class.
Got it.
Do we know its latest mission? Most recent mission?
Its last Yeah, I will give you that. Its last mission was dispatched to investigate missing civilian vessels near the Badlands.
We're on a Bermuda Triangle situation going on here.
Are we the only other vessel in this sector? Can you scan Mr. Sindar for any of the civilian ships that they were supposed to find?
GM? Science and what's it going to be? Control?
Give me, this will be control science. I'm thinking a difficulty 2 for a reason, and then assisted by sensor science.
Sensor science, yeah, okay. So because I'm doing a wide area search, I'm going to use my focus wide area scanning, which just remind me, I believe that puts my dice roll up to 3.
So when you use a focus in the dice roller, you get to check the focus.
Right, that's it. Yep, thank you.
So what that does is it makes your critical range equal to your discipline when you use a focus.
Right. So I'm also going to spend a momentum to add a dice to my roll, which gives me 3 dice then, and rolling myself. All right, and then here comes the ship. When I can remember how to roll the ship. There it is.
And then because you had advanced sensors, the ship rolls 2 dice.
Is that using the ship's talent advanced sensors? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and the ship is always assumed to be using a focus. So if you ever roll for the ship, it always has a focus.
Okay. So that's what, 3 success? 3 momentum? You said difficulty 2, didn't you? 2 momentum.
Yeah, it's a difficulty 2. So you gain 2 momentum. Go ahead and roll a d20 because you have untapped potential. And you did succeed. Right, so you have a bonus momentum that you get to use.
Okay, so let's see what you tell me about the ships, and then I'll decide how to spend it. I think that's right.
Yep, just double checking what your name is. All right. You got the message, right?
Mm-hmm. I did. I was just replying to you. Can't see any other ships in this area, but I am picking up a faint signal. Almost as if it's that old Earth signal with the tapping.
Morse code.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, that's the one. Morse code.
Does the source have an origin? Or
I can't pinpoint exactly where it's coming from, but
diabolical?
detecting it on different bands.
What does the messaging say?
Can I? Do I know that, Jim, or do I have to spend the bonus momentum to find that out?
That'll be a momentum spend. But I also think you get a free question because you're a science officer. When you succeed at a test assisted by the ship's sensors or computer, or test using tricorder or other sensors, may ask one additional question as if you had spent momentum on obtaining information.
Yeah,
So
that was my
anytime
question to you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I could use the bonus for that.
Yep. So yeah, let's do the bonus.
So you run it to the ship's database.
Pulling up ancient records now. Comparing to pre-existing different languages that may have used Morse code from ancient Earth. And I think the message comes out to something about an S, then an O, then an S. SOS? I don't know what SOS is.
It's a mayday.
Fascinating. Why would SOS be Mayday?
Who knows with these ancient Earthlings? Maybe it meant something at the time.
Maybe.
Actually,
Apologetic those humans are. Maybe they were Canadians. It seems to be very... 1 second, sorry. It seems to take a long time for this message to come through. Like it's coming through very slowly. I almost mistook the dots for dashes, and then the dashes for really long dashes. But the system tells me that Morse code doesn't use really long dashes. It's just dots and dashes. So I assume that's what this is.
could something be interfacing with the signal?
I think
Jim?
what we should be asking ourselves is, how did an ancient Earth signal make it all the way over here?
That is a fascinating question to ask. GM, anything else I could do to help boost or give a chance to try and figure out where the signal's coming from?
You probably have to get closer.
But I don't know where to get closer to, right?
You have a bearing, like you know it's coming from that way.
I see.
I wondered, have they made attempts to hail us? You know,
I'm going to relay the information to where the bearing is to the commander's console. Show one of these little fancy maps. Has a path as to where it could be potentially coming from that gets wider, almost like a hurricane path that we would see today.
Right, and you send the info over to the commander's panel.
Is there a correlation between the coordinates we were given and the coordinates from the signal?
GM?
I sent the information to the commander.
Oh, got it.
Science, the coordinates seem to be a match for the direction we're currently heading. Keep an eye out. Captain, I recommend we go to yellow alert.
All right, make it so. Lieutenant Ricks, set yellow alert.
Shields on.
All right, I don't see any reason why we can't start following that signal. Ensign Walker, set a course.
Sending course now, Captain.
Engage, maximum warp. All right. So the ship does have a few hours until it reaches the point. Is there anything anyone would like to do before you get there?
Just prepare those sensors to scan a Miranda-class ship, knowing everything I can. We'll pull up from the
All right.
system. Ship's
Go ahead
records.
and give me a control. So probably be like a control engineering or science difficulty 2 to set up that trait.
Can I check the computer's library to see if there's any record of any old Earth probes that were sent out in this direction or anything of the sort?
I'm going to spend a momentum to add a dice. Ow.
I sent you the information you were checking, Doc.
Cool.
And sensor science from the ship, maybe, because I'm getting them ready, or
No, because you're doing this to the sensors. You
I
know,
see.
they wouldn't be able to assist you.
Computers and engineering, then?
No. Do you have any re-rolls, or do you want the result to stand?
Well, it's 2 successes, which is what you said I need, right? So I'm good
yes,
with
yes.
that. I'll take the.
And a copy. Okay.
I don't think I can't remember how to re-roll. I don't know.
Talents are the easiest way to re-roll. Like a bold or a cautious. Other than that, unless you have a talent that specifically says you get to re-roll, you'd have to do it with determination.
Nope. Yeah, no. I'll just stick as it is then.
All right. Then roll for your untapped potential. You technically have a bonus momentum to use for something if you'd wish.
This only, yeah, so I couldn't have used that to re-roll that complication out, right? This happens after the roll?
Yeah, this happens as the roll succeeds.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I just, is it bonus momentum or can I bank it?
It is bonus.
So I have to spend it now, is that right with bonus?
Yes. Yeah, otherwise it goes away.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm making you roll this is because the second part of untapped potential is if you fail the roll, I get a threat.
Yeah. So with that, I think maybe I'll also set up the sensors ready for some of the civilian ships that went missing, if that's works as well, so we can have some sort of
Okay.
And just in case you're only going to make it a bonus for the Miranda class, this way it gives us something else as well.
Yeah, I could do that and another momentum and have you expand out the search to include the ships that are missing.
Yeah, let's do that. Did you say spend another momentum as well on top of the bonus, or
Yeah, because it costs 2.
done? What are you calling it, Jim? Just so I can make a note of it.
I put it in Discord, calibrated sensors, in parentheses, Miranda and freighters.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
Rex is gonna investigate the Morse code signal again. See if he can find out how it was sent, using what kind of means in the first place to start with.
I'm just trying to think if you're. I think with the trade, I think I will give you the roll now. It's going to be difficult because you're still far away.
Mm-hmm.
I am thinking this will probably be a control or reason with engineering. Difficulty 3.
Oh, reason. Okay, I'll take a control engineering. Difficulty 3. I'll give.
And then,
No,
you'll get the ship's sensors engineering to assist.
I'll take 1 momentum for an extra dice. Yeah. Okay. Ship.
And you have, ship sensors engineering.
Two dice because of high resolution sensors, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Focus. Go. Come on, ship. No ship. Just 2 successes.
Result stand.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give this to you a success at cost.
Mm-hmm.
You're not able to get to know exactly what's sending this out. But it doesn't look to be like any distress signal. You don't recognize what's sending it out. Like it doesn't, like it has a Federation signature, but not exactly.
Not reading a Federation signature.
It's a little nuanced. It's like it is, but it isn't, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So do with that what you will.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else? All right, if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and drop out of warp Enter a new scene as you drop out of warp at near to the coordinate. Hey, you drop out of warp, and the captain say, Lieutenant Cinder, let's get a full sensor sweep.
Aye, Captain.
Just go ahead and give me that at a difficulty 1. Controller reason with science.
Yeah, wide area scanning again for my focus. We don't have any momentum. I'm not giving you threats, so I'm going to use that. So I'm not going to use that. Sorry. So I'm going to roll just 2 dice from me, and then it's going to be 2 dice from the ship as well. It's sensors and science, right?
Correct.
And they roll that with a focus because of the advanced sensor suite. Is that?
So the ship always has a
That's
focus.
right. Always.
The 2 dice comes from the advanced sensors. Otherwise, the ship always assists with 1. Gain 3 momentum.
I'm finding the Miranda class is very close by. In fact, I'm just pulling it up on. I'm just pulling it up on screen now as to where it is in the sector, and it's
Right.
very
on
close.
On screen, you see the missing USS Peregrine, a Miranda-class starship. It drifts silently in the black void like a forgotten tomb. The starship hull markings are faded, the sleek lines of its design now warped by damage. Jagged holes puncture its frames, and parts of the ship have ruptured into space, spilling debris, shattered consoles, frozen bodies, and severed cables into the void. The ship's navigation lights flicker weakly, giving off uneven pulses as if trying in vain to signal for help. Scorch marks and gouges along the hull suggest that it saw battle, but there's something unnatural about this damage. It almost looks like it was pulled apart from inside. The beacon that sent you here sends out an irregular pulse, sending out the Morse code of SOS, SOS, SOS.
Commander, have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I haven't.
I'm starting to rethink my decision on joining that away team. It looks really, really scary.
Rick is gonna scan the hull breaches on the ship, see if they were caused by weapons damage.
Go ahead and give me an insider reason security. Probably be a difficulty 1. You can be assisted by the ship's sensor security.
By the way, from my earlier roll when I got success at cost, does that mean my backup plans talent doesn't apply? Whenever you or an ally fail a task? Did I fail that? Or no?
Technically, you failed, so yeah, I'd give it to you.
Okay, so we should have 1 extra momentum. I'll take that momentum back to use on this roll. Focus and shipboard tactical systems, phasers. Why? Question mark.
I'll give you shipboard tactical.
And then ship. It's already good though. Sensor security.
Yes.
Hmm. 4 successes total.
So gain 3, so your max momentum.
Commander, I've just scanned the hull breaches. Those were not caused by weapons fire. Whatever caused those happened from inside the ship.
Lieutenant Zinder, do a full scan on the Peregrine, please.
Okay.
All right, this
Absolutely,
is
Commander.
going to be Control or Reason with Science, difficulty 2, assisted by ship sensor science.
Three successes.
Right. You have a float. Let me just double check. And then I got to apply events here. So let me just look at the information really quick and see how it changes. Okay.
So I have an idea of how I want to spend that momentum as well when you're ready.
Okay.
Hmm. Commander, I'm detecting unusual power fluctuations. There are definitely life signs still present, but I can't get a reading as to where they are or what they are. But the It definitely seems that the SOS that we've been receiving was only activated in the last few days. And then GM, I'm wondering if I can use the floating momentum plus spend an extra one to create another trait, which will be around mapping the inside of the Miranda class to make it easier to navigate around with all the damage that's been applied, being able to create like a new map, so to speak, accommodating for all the damage that's occurred.
I will give that to you, so that you can kind of know which parts of the Sith are safe to travel to and which are not.
Yep.
Commander Kier, with your permission, I'd like to take a spacewalk from our ship to theirs and check out the inside. If there are
not
any.
at this time.
Oh, all right then.
Let's gather all the information first. The test in the... Are there pocket areas that are still habitable on the ship?
The stellar atmosphere?
Yes.
Is that what you're asking? Yeah. GM? Do I...
Sending that to you now.
There's definitely at least some atmosphere in some areas of the ship, and can I bring up the map and show where I think those areas are, Jim?
Yeah. The in the crude map that you just made, the parts that you're able to travel to do have atmosphere. You are able to detect atmosphere in the parts that are deemed safe.
Perfect.
The rest of the parts that are deemed unsafe are the ones that have been opened up to space.
Does the sensor show that the hull breaches are caused by system overloads?
I'm not detecting any signs of them being or not being caused by overloads or...
I'll use this as a momentum, and I'm going to give it to Rix because Rix was kind of looking into this, I think.
Great.
Because I've kind of figured you're all looking at the same information, and I think Rick specifically rolled for something like this.
I'm just going to send you a question just to clarify.
Yep.
Okay. Commander, I can further report on the breaches. Some of them have been caused by the overloading of the ship's systems. However, there are some bits that are removed. Looks clean, almost salvaged in some way. We might not have been first on site. I recommend we deploy a full tactical team to secure the vessel.
First, let's see if we can pinpoint those life signs. Tezin, is there a way you can enhance the resolution of the sensors to pinpoint those life signs out? Perhaps we can beam them on board the ship.
I can, but try, Commander. What role do you want, GM? I'm thinking it's going to be control and science again.
I'll send you something.
You know, as I'm looking further, Commander, it just there's some sort of interference in it. I can't pinpoint what it's coming from. It's just getting in the way. I'm not going to be able to get a better sense of reading than I've already got. But GM, I wouldn't mind taking another look to see if I can detect any scavenger ships or any other ships nearby that might have been doing this. Typical. Can't see any scavenger ships on sensors. Rix, are you sure you think this is really scavengers' work? I can't believe they would have left the area already without finishing the job.
All I guess at this point. Something definitely wanted to tear the ship apart in some systematic way.
Could it be some sort of life form?
Too little information to go on.
Captain, recommend beaming over an away team to further assess the situation on board the Peregrine.
Make it so, Commander.
Lieutenant Rix, to Zinder, and Dr. McCoy, you with me. Merely transporter room, fully equipped with EV assets.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Commander. I'll do that right now.
All right, so I don't see you guys being in a rush. So if there's any equipment you guys want to bring, as long as you pay any escalation costs, feel free to grab whatever equipment.
I'm bringing a phaser rifle.
I
So-
have my phaser type 2 and a med kit, and we start off with a tricorder, but I'm not sure there's a specific medical tricorder kit or if it just covers all bases.
It probably covers all bases.
All right, cool.
If not, you're a doctor with a med kit. I'm pretty sure you have a medical.
Seeing as we're running into sensor issues, I'm going to bring some transport enhancers.
Yeah, I have a med kit. I start off with one. Oh, the med kit has a medical transporter. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, so how about in Discord, you just make a list of what you guys are bringing, just so I have a reference. I believe the phaser rifle has an escalation, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Is that a 1 or a 2?
Pretty sure it's a 1. Gonna double check. Two.
Right. Any other equipment you guys want? We got the phaser rifle for Rix, pattern enhancers for Zinder, med kit, med tricorder for the doctor, EVA suits because the commander wants them.
I think it's a necessity considering a lot of the ship is decompressed.
Seems like a good precaution. Anything else you guys can think of?
The suits have beacons on it, right? Light. If I remember correctly.
The what does?
The suits have built-in flashlights, right?
Yes, yeah.
I'm actually, just because I want to give you more threat, I'm gonna take a pulse grenade too. It's also escalation 2.
I do enjoy the threat.
Activate an engineering supporting character for this.
Which supporting character you want to bring with?
And, well, I guess we'll activate Amelia May. And then well, he's, I guess, bring a plasma torch just in case.
All right, we'll head to the transporter room. I believe that's the away team. Yeah.
I'll take it.
I hope you don't get any diseases from this.
Well, you got a doctor if you do.
No, I'm telling the characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Role playing. I'll get out of the way. Was there anything else you guys wanted to bring set up? Because I thought someone said, wait a minute.
I'm good.
No, I think we're good.
All right. So you guys are in the transporter room. You're in your nice Starfleet issued suit. I'll try talking to see if that helps Zinder's voice hearing things. Okay. No one else is having any hearing issues, are they?
Go.
No, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, because if it was all of us, it might be a server issue, and we could change the server, but that happens sometimes too. All right. If there's nothing else, we can beam you guys over. Arlo or Gardner here will speak up. Are you ready to go, Commander?
Energize.
All right. I don't have maps made for every single place you get to, so I do have theater of the mind type description.
How dare you?
All right. So as you transport into the entryway of one of the ship's cargo holds, and as you shine your flashlights over this once organized space, you notice that it has now been reduced to chaos. Starfleet equipment crates lie overturned, their contents scattered throughout. Phaser rifles, tricorders, medkits lie all in disarray in the cargo bay. You start to scan the walls, and you notice that sections of the bulkhead have been torn off. many of these bulkheads have been reshaped to make makeshift barricades. And you see a few discarded Starfleet uniforms hanging off of the bulkheads, seemingly abandoned in haste. You also notice that there are patches of metal plating welded into new shapes, and conduits from the walls have been torn apart and reassembled into something completely alien looking.
I'm gonna scan it, the metals with my tricorder. Please.
Rex is immediately gonna raise his rifle and just be alert of the surroundings.
Okay, Doctor, what were you scanning?
I believe you said that the metals had transformed into something else, or that they had been warped into something that was alien, and I wanted to scan the warped
All right,
entities.
so go ahead and give me an insight or reason engineering, difficulty 2.
My God, that's gonna be a bad roll for me. No. All right, that's fine. All right, let's see here too. And what are my focuses? Would xenobiology count as this? Would be applicable?
No, because this is basically it's a technology that you see, not something organic.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like the walls and the conduits from the walls have been
Okay.
reshaped.
I'm rolling die.
That's why it's an engineering roll.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh my God. No. A complication.
I'll use it here, doctor. Because you're a doctor, not an engineer. You can't make heads or tails of what you're seeing.
Damn. I look at the others and I go, damn. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. Oh, can an engineer get on this, please?
Lieutenant, can you please ascertain what appears to be the crew did here?
All right, this will be the insight or reason with engineering, difficulty 2.
While this is happening, I'd like to inspect the weapons in the room, see if any have been fired.
All right, Rix, I won't make you roll for it because I think that's pretty straightforward.
One second, I'm gonna add a focus for her activation.
Okay.
So Rex can go ahead and go.
Yeah, he didn't need the roll for it, so Rix already has the information he
Yep.
requested.
All right. Well, I guess for May, say it was inside engineering.
Yep.
May
Or
take
reason,
reverse
whichever is
engineering. Would you take
yeah, I'll take reverse engineering.
difficulty?
2.
Take a threat?
Nice.
Gain. I believe you have a float.
So, what does that mean? With my phaser, can I cut a piece of the conduit and take it as a sample?
Don't do that. Just wait.
Oh, okay.
Commander, these alien-looking conduits seem to be rerouting power to somewhere on the ship. Appears to be on the lower levels of the vessel. Doctor, can you please scan this area for any genetic material to figure out who's been here?
Of course, Commander. Just give me a moment.
Doctor, give me a control medicine difficulty 1.
Difficulty 1. All right, cool. And here we go. Oh my god. Whoa! Diabolical. Another complication.
Okay.
I really did waste all my good rolls on that test roll.
Again, I will use the complication. All right, Doctor, as you are walking around the cargo bay trying to get a beat on any life signs, You notice in one of the corners, you can make out a body wearing a Starfleet uniform that kind of you're able to make out as some of the lights flicker in the back of the room. You're able to make out a body on the ground with a Starfleet uniform on.
Hmm. I'm gonna share this information with the party. I'm gonna go look. There's a body over there. Can I from this distance can I see the color decals on it to know what department the body is from?
As you start to maybe take a few steps closer, trying to get a see of what color is around these shirts.
Oh yeah.
You notice that one of the legs starts to twitch a little bit.
I'm going to, with my phaser, I'm gonna set it to stun and I'm gonna shoot it. Or pacify it. That's a more non-aggressive way of saying that. I'm gonna stun the body.
Give me control security diff 2.
Oh, security diff 2. All right then. Oh, my values. I forgot I had those. Value trust but verify? No. Oh, one of my values, good leaders get their hands dirty. Can I apply that to this situation?
If you want to use a determination, sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Great. So I'll click that. No focuses on this. No talents on this. All right. Difficulty 2, and let's go. Oh, nice.
Okay, so the you didn't buy any dice, correct?
No.
Okay, so the dice rollers are a little weird, so the 1 should replace one of the 13s. So that is a 3 successes only.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you go. So you shoot the twitching body.
Uh-huh.
And you're able to hit them in the leg. And you hear in a very gnarled, almost animalistic voice, "Don't shoot! Please help me! Please!"
I'm gonna look at the commander.
Here pulls the doctors up in ways like, "Doctor, we're here to save people."
Look, yes, you're right, but I was, in my defense, I was not sure if the twitching was a result of some sort of medical anomaly. I didn't want to go up there without and take the possibility of something attacking me. But now that I know that they're alive, I'm gonna go up there.
Rex is gonna come rushing over and point his phaser rifle towards the person that the doctor was shooting at and just identify yourself.
And as you say that, the thing lying on the ground turns its head towards you. In 1 sec, I'm gonna show you the token.
Oh, feel pretty good about shooting the body now.
This says, "Shh, just let it happen. Let it in." and it gets up and starts trying to move towards you, Rick.
I'm gonna shoot it in the leg.
Control security, diff 2.
Control security. I'm gonna give you a threat.
Cinder, can you hear us now?
They left the chat.
They said they rejoined from their phone.
Oh, okay, cool.
I will remove the complication.
Oh my god. This really is a horror game.
That's better. That's a successful job. 2 successes.
All right, so you said you shoot it in the leg?
Yep.
So you shoot it in the leg, and its leg comes clear off. As it still tries to pull its arms towards you. We are in combat.
Everybody stand back. Just gonna shout out.
I brought the problem solver and I hold my phaser up.
Okay, so the first action in the round was Rick's. Do you keep initiative? Do you let it pass? Do you maintain? Do you swift task?
Let me see. Yeah, I can do stuff. I'll keep initiative. Or actually, hold on. Wait. To make an attack, you may use the swift action meant to spend for 1 momentum rather than 2. So can I, if it's still, so to speak, my turn, can I use the swift action? Do a second attack?
Yeah.
If you made an attack, you may use the swift action momentum spend for 1 momentum rather than 2. So 1 momentum down. But the second major action you take must also be an attack, so which will be that. So I'll shoot it in the other leg then.
I believe you still get the +1 difficulty.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
that. Okay, so this one will be a diff 3.
So I'll give you 1 threat, and I'll take 2 momentum for 4 dice. I'll re-roll the 19 just so we can hope to gain some. Well, I need 1 more success anyway, so. Whoa, that rolled fast. Yeah, that's a success. Success.
Yep. So you're able to hit it in the other.
Yep.
And this time, it stops moving. And as it's on the ground, and in one final last gasping breath, it'll say, "Why did you leave?" And it stops moving.
All right. Rex, I'd appreciate it if you hold that blaster up as I go towards the body and start scanning it.
All right. What are you scanning for?
Any pathogens, viruses, fungi colonies in the body?
Give me an insight or reason difficulty of 2.
Just
Insight, reason,
insight.
medicine.
Insight.
Insight or reason medicine difficulty 2.
Okay. Alright, let's see. My talents, quick study. Yeah. Oh, that's only for treating. All right, cool. So difficulty 2. No xenobiology on this one?
I'll take xenobiology.
All right, cool. So I am using a dedicated focus. Would it just be using focus or dedicated focus? Oh, no, never mind. Dedicated focus is talent. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And what was the difficulty range? 2?
Yes, 2.
2, all right. Hey, nice. Two successes.
Yep, sending you some stuff.
Oh, cool. Does anyone have any theories on what might have caused this? Any spatial anomalies nearby? Oh my god. This body has been desecrated. Look at all these bite marks. And I point to the bite marks around the neck so that anyone who's curious can see them. His body's no longer human. It has the shape of one, but it's no longer human.
Some sort of pathogen, virus, parasite.
Possibly a virus, transmitted via biting, I presume. Heavily suggested by all of these bite marks.
Still had some sort of goal, some motive that drove it.
Most viruses that latch onto hosts do tend to make the host want to spread as much as possible, so that way it can infect many other things. There used to be a disease called rabies, and it would provoke high aggression in the hosts, and it would cause biting. And whenever someone got bitten, there was a good chance that that disease would be transmitted into the new host, continuing a vicious circle.
The crew
If you
must
don't,
fought
I'm
them.
sorry.
These must be what the crew fought.
Perhaps. It's best that we not let this spread. If there's no survivors on this ship, I heavily advise just initiating a self-destruct sequence so we ensure that none of us get infected or any future vessels that might traverse this area.
Well, let's say that for last resort, we might be able to still save some of them by maybe hopefully reversing the effects.
Perhaps. Could we transport this body to a holding cell on the ship so that I might examine it later?
I
That
would.
seems ill-advised.
I would probably recommend not doing that. Let's maybe see if the medical facilities here on the Peregrine still functional. Perhaps we can look at finding the original medical staff's notes on this.
That's a good point.
I don't want to risk
Well-
the Artemis. Spreading the infection there. They'd be mutating over just yet. That includes us.
That's true. Well, we have to. How far is the med bay from where we are standing right now? We should plan the shortest, most efficient course of getting there. Unless we can, just transport there.
I believe Lieutenant Zitter has a map of the...
So Zinder is having like major issues with the internet connectivity. So he's going to try to keep coming in, but it's not looking promising.
So I'll say I take one of his maps, if that's okay, or
Yeah, I mean, you all have access to the information. So,
okay, cool, yeah.
or just pretend he gave it to you and spoke like, here, it's this way.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll go with that. Just go in. Commander, what's your order?
Lieutenant Rex, take point. Let's head to Peregrine's sick bay.
Aye, ma'am. Rix takes point.
All right. So you start heading down the hallways and corridors, heading toward the sick bay. And these corridors are very narrow and lifeless. They have been stripped away of the order and precision of the Starfleet design. The Starfleet signage and service hashes are barely visible under layers of grime, and the same conduits that you saw from the sick bay seem to be almost everywhere in these now. The emergency lighting sputter occasionally, casting brief glimmers of light that stretch the shadows of the hallways into long, jagged form. And every step you take echoes as the magnetic boots hits the floorway, almost as if it's amplifying, there's the word, your presence. As you look around, looking at the ceilings, the walls, you notice that conduits and wire bundles are dangling from the ceiling, and some of them seem to be even fused directly into these new alien conduits as you walk deeper and deeper into the ship. In the distance, you can hear knocking and faint whispers, and the occasional laugh as you walk closer and closer to the sick bay doors.
I hope there isn't any more of those things there. Do we have a grenade to throw into there?
I have all the armaments needed, should it arise.
All right. I'll go with you, Rix. That way you're not by yourself.
You're all behind me.
No, I wasn't sure if you were going to go in by yourself to clear the area or not.
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you guys walk and you get to the med bay door.
I'm going to open it.
Excuse me, Doctor, if you'll allow me.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Sorry about that, Rick. I'm used to just. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try the door, see if it opens by itself. Approach carefully.
The control panel is not functional.
Commander, if you care to help me, and I take out the manual lever release that's usually on the side to open the doors manually.
Hold on. Lieutenant may see if you can bring power back to the door.
I'd advise against that, Commander. That might alert them to our attention.
And manually of the door might as well. Not to mention maybe an increased chance of that one of them grabbing hold of us.
Well,
Amy, is there like just a manual release that could be pulled and then the door slowly just opens?
Yeah.
Kira's gonna walk up and do that and say, focus on the door, Lieutenant.
he points his weapon at the door.
All right. Give me a daring and either security or engineering. Make this a Diff 2 Comp 2.
Who would do this?
The commander.
Okay.
I'll spend 2 minutes and give you a threat.
Oh, damn. Gain 2. All right, Rix, you stand ready at the door and you give a nod to Commander Kier to open the doors. Kier opens the manual release. The doors open slightly, and Kier goes to open the doors the rest of the way, revealing the sick bay. And as the door opens and you start shining your light through, you notice that on several of the operatings are covered with several bloody tools and half dissected bodies of crew members. Their body parts squirming and arms involuntarily moving as they lie lifeless on the tables. Shattered glass and empty and broken scientific dishes lie scattered throughout the entire room. The only light source in the room seems to be a single computer at one of the desks in the sick bay.
Gonna secure the room. Stay here. And Rex is very slowly going to move into the room. Quickly scan it for any other movements that are not coming from the dissected corpses. There, you can come in.
And I go in and I make my way to that single computer at the desk. And I start touching.
On the computer.
I'm just going to close the door behind us as a last detail.
Okay. So, Doctor, you go to the computer and you see that there is a file active.
Okay. I open it.
You notice that it is a personal log.
I listened to it. Is it a voice? Is it like a personal log written, or is it audio recording?
Yeah, it is a voice recording.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll play it so that we can all hear it.
Medical Officer's Log, Lieutenant Jenna Torv, Stardate 48015.2. The infection spreads faster than anything I've encountered. Initial symptoms include confusion, aggression, fragmented speech. Victims muttered words from old conversations and irrelevant mission logs, even things I know they've never witnessed. I've seen them tear at their skin trying to stop the pain as whatever this parasite is burrows through their nervous system. Every attempt at treatment has failed. The pain is too great and sedation barely slows the process. The captain told me to focus on the survivors, but I know we're out of time. Those infected are starting to organize. There's some kind of intelligence driving them. Maybe a hive mind? Whatever they are, they're not human anymore. We aren't dealing with sickness, it's possession. And if this parasite spreads to anyone who leaves the ship. And the log ends there.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. I look at the commander and I go, "We have to incinerate everything. This is no longer some, run-of-the-mill infection. This could become an epidemic. We have to stop this now."
First, we need to figure out the source. Even eliminate this place. If you don't find the source, then it doesn't do us any good. They came into contact with whatever this parasite is. Let's see if we can't figure out where it came from.
We should go to the bridge and look at their flight manifest to see if they stopped by any place before they got here, or if they came into contact with a ship, if they took up any cargo.
Better yet, download the captain's log. That ought to mention where they got this.
That's okay. Go ahead. I was just agreeing with you, but we keep talking at the same time. Yeah. Is there anything else in the medical, in the computer, like to see if there's a history of what the medical officer on this ship tried to treat them with, or some samples that they might have taken?
Give me an insight or reason medicine difficulty of 2.
Cool.
And Doctor, remember, you can buy more dice if you feel you need it. You could either spend momentum to buy more dice, or you could give me threat.
Yeah, one of my talents, cautious medicine. Whenever I attempt a task with medicine, I can buy 1 or more d20s by spending a momentum. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend a momentum to get a d20.
Yep.
Cool. So I'm gonna go there, and then difficulty of 2, correct?
What's that?
Difficulty of 2.
Yes.
Ooh. That's oh my god. Cautious medicine also lets me reroll a single d20. I'm gonna reroll
Correct.
one of the complications.
I mean, or you could leave it for funsies.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's leave it for funsies. Gotta advance the plot.
Because I am definitely going to use both of those complications.
Yes, use those 2 complications.
All right. So, Doctor, you try to look around. You're digging through the computer. You're trying to look around the room for anything. And it very much looks like something came through here and destroyed all of the doctor's research. It looks like samples of all the little petri dishes on the floor have been destroyed. The room looks like it has been swept clear of anything that might give a hint to what's going on. It even looks like the medical databases and the medical computers here have been ripped out and destroyed.
Oh, and I'm going to share this information with the party. This is
There should be more than some simple intelligence driving this parasite,
you should
leaving no trace of how to cure it.
contact Starfleet Command as soon as possible. Let them know what's going on.
Better to deal with the infection right here and now.
Mm-hmm. All right then.
It takes weeks for Starfleet Command to stick her to get really word to them where we're at.
So, Commander, where do we go from here? Are we going to go get the captain's log?
Let's head to the bridge. But stay together for the time being. I don't want to split up.
Agreed.
All right. So you're going to head to the bridge.
Yep.
Okay. So you start heading toward the bridge. And the way toward the bridge, it leads you through the crew court, through several of the crew quarters. And when you get to the crew section, the banging that you're hearing earlier as you're walking through the hallway seems to get louder. And as you pass by one of the rooms, you could hear somebody kind of talking to themselves. It's all right, Janie. It's safe now. Safe and warm. You'll like it here. Soon, you'll be just like us.
Permission to set the phasers to kill?
Commander, I recommend avoiding any contact when available, when possible.
Let's continue. One question. Can I spend a raw momentum to for service slots?
Oh, crap. Commander, I totally forgot you asked me for a roll earlier. Did you still want that?
Well, I just question, like, given the voice, do I hear some sort of telepathic type presence? Like, sense one? Because obviously, like, Ferengi can't be telepathically perceived. Unlike other species.
All right, I will give you something. God, my spelling is horrible, but I think you can get the gist of it.
let's continue the bridge, but I'm definitely wondering if there's some sort of hive mind at work here.
Well, judging by the doctor's reports, there is.
Most definitely. If there is a hive mind, then that means the mind might still be on the ship. That's what we should take out first.
No, I sense a very powerful mind. I can't tell where it's coming from. Feels like it's everywhere.
Is it projecting?
I prefer not to connect with it right now. Let's get to the bridge quickly as possible.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you travel down the corridors, and I'm going to give you some threat here. You get to a junction, and I'm just looking at some stuff here. You get to a junction, and the conduits that you have been seeing seem to all converge at this point and heads off in one of the directions toward one of the turbo lift shafts. And all of the conduits from this floor lead down the hallway and down the turbo lift lower to the ground. Or, look to a lower part of the ship. When suddenly behind you, where is it? And then as you're looking, and suddenly from one of the passageways kind of behind you, you hear, "The pain will go away. Just breathe. Hold still. Let it inside. Open up. Let it in." And then you hear the clattering of something running towards you. I don't know what your running orders is in. But you see another one of these things running towards you, with what appears to be hypo sprays in one of their hands.
I would have been in the front, so I'm not seeing this first, at least.
It's behind us.
Yeah, so who's who's bringing up the rear is really the question.
It would be, well, I don't know. It would either be me or the commander.
It'll be me.
Okay, cool.
He's
right,
running
so yeah,
at us?
Commander, you probably turn as soon as you hear and you turn around and you see this thing running full speed at you.
I'm going to charge for intense. I guess it's intense, yeah. I want to say vicious, but it's not vicious anymore.
Okay.
We'll make this deadly. So set to kill.
Give me a control security diff 2.
I will spend a momentum for an extra minor action to aim.
Okay.
And then I'll give you one threat. Oh, fish. Good fish.
Gain 1. And Commander, you quickly set your phaser with intense, set it to the highest standing, and shoot it point blank in the chest. And it falls to the ground. And as it falls to the ground, soon you'll feel it too. It's beautiful. And 1 second. From several different directions now, more of these things seems to crawl out of the woodwork. Coming through broken panels, broken wall parts of the wall. And each of them, almost in unison, start to speak. Like really in unison. Move. Fight. Kill. And and during the battle, they will kind of repeat those 3 words in phases. And then I guess
So
I'll go to you
phasers
to
to
either
kill.
keep or to let it go to the next person.
I'm going to. Can I see that one?
Yeah, I'll say you guys can. The only one, what I'll do. This will kind of be like a representation of the hall of the corridor you're in. Something along those lines. So if you're in the square, you could probably see down the hallways, and if you're not in the square, you can't. It's kind of like what's in my brain of how this would look.
So we're in the center of a four-way junction, basically.
Yeah, basically. Then the Jeffries tubes that would lead to the bridge is probably there, and then the turbo lifts with all the conduits heading down is probably over here. Just for a reference.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 2 moments to keep her to do a swift task. And going to shoot at that one. So you're what, just 3 now? So
Yep. Yep, diff 3.
I would to spend my determination on tear out the handbook and write my own.
How would
This is
that apply
definite.
to this situation?
technically have a duty to save the crew, but at this point they seem lost, so kinda...
Yeah, I'll take it.
Hey, that's 2 out of successes. I will give you a threat for 1 extra dice.
Right. Gain a momentum.
Yeah, and he just takes the 4. It's still set to kill, so you'll take another threat.
Yep. And you shoot past Cinder, just over his shoulder to hit the one that is starting the charge at him. Oops, I don't know what I hit.
You can actually do combat, like you can pull all the tokens in.
Ah, it's fine.
And do that.
Oh, okay.
Technically, that was my character's go. Yeah. I
Right,
think we'll
so
spend 2 to keep.
Yep. Who's gonna go then?
I'm assuming Rex.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go. Why can't I see the momentum? Okay, there you go. I'm going to use a minor action to prepare. No, I'm going to use a minor action to aim. Is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to shoot for the guy by the turbolift. This guy, right?
He crawled out of a Jeffries tube that leads to the bridge, but yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, firing at him. Security. I'm gonna give you a threat for bolt. Yeah. I can. So technically, I can reroll 2 because I have the aim thing that allows me to reroll, and I have the bolt that allows me to reroll. So I'm gonna reroll both the 18 and the 17.
The phaser rifle, right?
Yeah.
You can reroll 2 with just the aim.
Oh yeah. That's true.
I'll reroll 18 and 17 either way.
Yeah, either way, it works out the same thing.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I think the phaser rifle is like accurate, so aim allows you to reroll all the dice, I believe. So it's 5 successes, gain 3 momentum.
1, 2, 3.
Do you make it deadly?
Yeah.
Okay. And you send several shots down range, each of them impacting the one that is running towards you, and that one goes down.
Didn't hear a sound effect. Shit. Oh.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's that shooty thing.
Yeah, I tried to shoot it, but nothing happened. Okay.
It's probably how I set up the tokens.
Is he dead now?
Yes, I just kind of threw a picture on a thing.
Yeah. I know I heard it. Cool.
There it goes.
Okay, cool. And can I see any of these guys on the sides?
The only one that's left is this one, but currently you do not have line of sight of it.
Do not have line of sight. Okay. Let's see. Minor action. You may spend an additional minor action per turn by spending 1 momentum. So I'm gonna do that. So I can move within line of sight. And I'm gonna use a swift action, which only costs 1 for me because of fire at will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna shoot at this guy. And I'm also gonna, at the same time, I'm gonna just shout to everyone, "Get to the bridge, Jeffries tube, move!" Oops. And we're gonna shoot. This is a difficulty 3. I am, I'm gonna give you a bold. Why not? Give you a threat for bold. And wait, so hold on. The accurate. Does the accurate know that only does it if I have minor action? Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna give you 2 threats total, and I'm gonna take 1 momentum so I can get another dice and go. Cool. I'll
Game 1.
reroll the 18. Just
Okay.
hope we get something better on that. I didn't, but that's fine. In 1. Yep.
Oh, and you made this deadly, right?
Yep.
All right. After a brief but intense firefight, the movement in this area has stopped.
Oh my god, that's a lot more intense than I imagined it was going to be. How many did you get, Rix?
I have 3 on my kill board for now.
Nice. Do we proceed to the Jeffries tube, or
Yeah,
Let's
I'm still
continue.
gonna usher you towards it.
yep? I'll make my way towards the tubes.
All right. So you're heading up to the bridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I'm just going to populate your tokens for now. I'm going to read the description. As you step onto the bridge. All right. The bridge of the USS Peregrine is barely recognizable. The captain's chair sits at the center, fused to what looks to be a pulsating cocoon of organic material. The control panels around the bridge blink intermittently, seemingly being overwritten by whatever this cocoon is will. The large cocoon glows with a faint amber light, and merged within it, you see the mangled bodies of former crew members. They're fused together in this kind of like a grotesque tapestry. Their eyes open and their mouths whispering fractured orders from their long forgotten missions. You start hearing things like, "Engage warp! Shield's failing. Save us. And wearing the red uniform of the captain's pips, in his blank stare, recognizing your uniforms. Your Starfleet. As his body starts to twitch violently. Why did you take so long? Why did you leave us? And Commander, I'm going to send you something. I got a few more to give. There you go.
The Humanicure she squints her eyes as she looks over to Doctor. The presence is really strong here.
It must be coming from the cocoon. That must be the hive mind, do you think? I'm gonna walk up and try to scan the cocoon.
What are you looking for?
To see if the composition of the cocoon material. We know it's organic, but like what type of organic? Like, is it mycelium? Is it flesh? Is it cartilage? Is it made out of calcium? Things like that.
Go ahead and give me a reason or insight, medicine or science, difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4, Jesus. All right. I am going to use cautious medicine again. Buy a die and be able to re-roll it. Difficulty of 4 and yeah, I'll just do that. All right, that's all. Oh my god. Oh, okay, cool. There we go. Finally. There we go. There we go.
All right, I believe it was a difficulty 4.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Fuck, I only got 3 successes.
I could give you some succeeded cost stuff.
No, I'll just take it as is. Would be good.
All right, just some of the things, because you do get some things like it's not like it probably would be fail at or succeed at cost here, but you do notice that most of the cocoon is made up of like kind of like a muscle like fiber. It does have sections of hard exoskeleton plates. but it is very. What is a quick to study?
Oh, that's one of the talents. When attempting a task that would involve an unfamiliar practice, technique, or medical procedure, or to treat an unfamiliar species, ignore any difficulty or complication range increases. Any difficulty or complication range increase stemming from your unfamiliarity.
Yeah, we could decrease the difficulty by 1 for that.
Oh, cool. So the 3 successes still make it count.
All right. So yeah. So some of the things that you're noticing is like like the fibers, like the muscle like fibers that they're kind of like a sinew. They really do look like muscle fibers, and that's what's able to give this a flexible shape. The hardened exoskeletons is like it kind of gives like a structural support, and it can be used to protect vital functions. You do notice that there does seem to be like a hint of like a neural webbing here. That does seem to be attached to each one of the bodies that sit around it. Then the rest of the space seems to be filled in by fluid sacs.
I'm going to share this information with the party. I believe that this could be the hive mind. Either the captain by themselves or the captain and the other officers, since they are all connected. I would say we could cut her out or cut him out, but I'm not sure if doing that will have any negative effect on them. Commander?
Lieutenant Ricks, sever one of the nerve structures.
So Rick's is gonna aim at one of them, the phaser, and do a quick sever.
Go ahead and give me a daring security. Diff 1, complication 4.
Mm-hmm. Would my still my focus in phasers apply?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 1 momentum. Application 4. Mm-hmm.
Damn. Gain 4. So which one do you shoot out?
So the one the commander was pointing towards.
The one on the end here?
Sure, why not?
All right. All right, so you shoot one of the tendrils off of the officer, and you notice that as soon as you do, the lights in this section and all the councils give out this very bright light, and the cocoon gives off kind of like the loud shriek. This loud shriek. Commander, give me a control command difficulty 3.
Composure for focus.
Yes.
Take a threat. Hero an 18. Or 19, sorry. Into an 18.
Okay. This result stand.
Has to.
And after a few moments, you start seeing all the consoles light up, and then in a brilliant spark from overhead, all the lights go dim, just leaving the same illumination as you had before, as you are showered with sparks and debris. Almost like it was a defense response.
What happened to the officers who were linked to it?
You do notice that as soon as the link was severed, he did almost instantaneously die.
Okay.
So they almost instantaneously died. Are they in
The one that was
critical
severed. The ones that
okay.
was severed.
But he didn't instantaneously die, so he's all right or in critical condition.
Like he died within a few seconds of being.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm gonna go scan that one then. See if he had the same, because he wasn't like necrotic like the other one. So I'm gonna scan to see if they had a different blood toxicity level.
So this isn't really a good representation because I tried to give these more human legs. Like they are
okay.
covered completely in whatever this cocoon is made of, and it's almost like merging with them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like part of this sinew is like into like their skin, under their skin, almost like a part of it, kind of.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm gonna sideline them and try to get the computer, download the captain's log as we had planned to get. Maybe something in there would give us an insight on how they ended up here in the cocoon and connector.
Yeah, give me a this will be a control and either con or engineering difficulty 1.
It's difficulty 1 on it.
And yeah, one of the consoles you do see what appears to be a captain's log.
I'm gonna play it out for everyone to hear.
Final captain's log. Captain Elias Voss, USS Peregrine. Stardate 48017.4. This will be my last log entry. There's nothing left to command. Nothing left to save. Most of the crew is either gone, most of the crew is gone, either dead or worse. I locked myself on the bridge, but I know it's only a matter of time before they find a way in. The parasites learned from us. They mimic our thoughts, our memories. They speak in the voices of people you trust until you can't tell what's real anymore. Some of the infected are outside the door right now, whispering things they shouldn't know, things I've never told them. I failed my crew, tried to fight back to quarantine the infected, but every measure we took just delayed the inevitable. They burrow deep into your mind, turning pain into obedience, turning fear into loyalty. We fought each other. We sabotaged our own ship. And in the end, the parasites didn't even need to kill us. We did it for them. I transferred all remaining power away from the vats they built. I thought it would slow them down, force them to focus on maintaining their food source. But it just bought us a little time. That's all we've ever had. If you've come across the Peregrine, I'm sorry. There's nothing for you here. Do not try to rescue us. If you're listening to this, you're already in danger. They know you're here. You can't fight them. Not really. Your own thoughts will betray you. The only way to stop this from spreading is to destroy this ship. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Blow us out of the sky. It's the only mercy you can give us. Please, before it's too late. For you too.
Commander, what do you suggest we do now?
How are the remaining the crew members, the Starfleet crew members that are still alive at this point? How are they reacting at this point?
They're just doing the same motions, like they're just switching a little bit. They keep repeating like commands, like engage warp, raise shields, phasers to full. Like they're giving commands at their stations almost.
Rich is
And they just
gonna,
keep repeating those same things.
after hearing the captain's log and seeing them, he's going to raise his rifle again. And if no one stops him, he's going to shoot the rest of them to kill.
I'm not going to stop you. I
The dress
sanctioned
is
this.
pretty.
Say again, Kate.
The dress is pretty.
The dress?
I'm gonna look at the commander. How are they looking? How's the commander looking?
Currently, kind of like a blank stare.
Damn it. I'm gonna raise my rifle towards her instead. Commander!
The bubblegum is dope.
Oh my god, she wasn't bitten. This must be an airborne virus. I'm going to check her suit to see if there's any like cuts or scrapes or something.
She said it was something earlier. Doctor, is it possible this pathogen is telepathic?
I've never personally encountered a telepathic virus, but I wouldn't discount it.
Can
After
you
all,
check?
sure, I'll check. I'm going to scan for telepathic signals, perhaps. Ian?
Remember, if you're still in there, you're gonna have to do something drastic, or I'm gonna have to take you down.
So for the role for the doctor, I do have something for that, I believe. Give me a reason or medicine, diff 3, comp 3.
Reason medicine?
Yes.
Reason
So
medicine.
on the task roller, you're going to put a 3 into the complication range.
Yes.
But then just remember, this is a difficulty 3.
Cool. Yeah. Just.
And doctor, you're not detecting anything abnormal.
I'll tell the lieutenant, Ricks, this. I don't see anything, Ricks.
The mind like mashed potatoes.
I'm medically stumped. You might have to put her down. You might have to put all of them down.
Can you say what you said again, Kier?
The mind like mashed potatoes. Just not shoot.
Did you say the mind like mashed potatoes?
Kier, give me another control command, diff 2, but a comp, or sorry, diff 3, but a comp 2. Oops, wrong person.
Will you take a light to spend from the personal life to camp on its ruination from deadly intentions? On the directive to infiltrate the Maquis. Easy to reroll hand to hand. It was based on challenging the mission directive.
I don't think so. Because you're trying to do a callback, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, the mission directive was to infiltrate the Maquis, and I was spent on sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. That was to reuse to reroll hand-to-hand combat. Essentially, I'm trying to regain control of my mind.
Is that what the callback is? Like you trying to regain mental faculties?
Yeah, essentially, the center fest was to try to maintain control of the situation. In that case. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll give it to you.
Okay, and then I had to use it on the same thing. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith.
Yeah, sure.
It's a stretch, I know. And I'll give you a threat. Composure for a focus.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Gain 3.
I like to spend the 2 momentum to kind of hate the trait, telepathic wall to sort of block out the entity.
Yes, I will take that. All right, Commander, the blank stare on your face goes away as you notice Rick's pointing a gun at you and the doctor checking your suit.
It's telepathic. The entity is trying to protrude into my minds. I've regained control somehow.
How long can you hold it?
I've set up a mental barrier, but we need to move quickly.
We need to initialize the ship's self-destruct.
Yep. I'm gonna go to a computer and see if I can begin that.
So, Doctor, you try to initiate self-destruct?
Yeah. Per the request of Rick's. Oh my god, I can't. I'm locked out. Rick, what do we do?
You can't do it from here. And there's only one other place we can do it from. Engineering.
Oh my god.
Rig the warp core.
Where's the warp core? Can't we be transported back to our ship and blow it up with some
The-
missile?
Those sacks in the captain's log, they could be down in main engineering.
Hmm.
But we can't return to the ship without having stopped this infection. As a last resort, the Artemis will have to destroy the ship even if we are on it.
Oh. Alright, then we'll lead the way.
The last thing in my mind from the head to you was to launch the escape pods. I wonder if
escape?
the spores of it are in the escape pods.
Is there a central control controlling the ejection of the escape pods?
I can give you a roll.
Yes, please.
Give me an
Maybe our
insight
engineer
or
would know.
reason. What's that?
Maybe our engineer would know.
This would be an insight with con or science, I think. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Could someone roll for Slender? Will that be okay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'll do it. Oh no, I can't. Actually, I'm locked out of that. Is someone able to roll from Slinder's sheet?
I can.
Cool.
Spin the momentum.
All right. Rick's. I'm just going to give you the information I would normally send Zinder.
Yep.
And that is what Cinder will report to you. Or show you speechlessly.
Okay. So they don't know of a override to stop the launch activation.
It needs to be activated.
Where would it be activated? That's probably the question. Which I will ask.
Sorry, what was the question?
Where would this activation take place?
That is a good question. I will take it. There seems to be 2 points that could be activated. One is on the bridge, and one is on, I guess, deck. How many decks is on a Miranda? Whatever the bottom deck is.
Okay, say again. The bridge, the lower decks, and was there another?
So there's two spots. One is on the bridge, and the other is somewhere on deck 12.
Okay. So as it's being pointed out, I'm basically going to shoot it straight away with my phaser, the one that's on the bridge.
Okay. And the panel in front of you blows up in a large series of sparks.
We need to get to deck 12 ASAP. We need to hinder the launch activation of the escape pods. That's the only other place they can be activated. And we need to move fast.
All right, then lead the way.
Commander, I suggest contacting the Artemis, making them aware of our situation, and to destroy the ship should it become necessary.
I was about to do that, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
She taps the communications button on the
And
suit.
nothing happens. It doesn't even give a chirp.
It taps it again.
Still silence.
Someone has tried contacting the Artemis. My suit may be damaged.
Lieutenant Rick Artemis, please respond.
And same thing, your communications are not functional either.
Nothing. The parasite is blocking our transmission somehow. It has to.
Doctor, do you think there's two components maybe to this entity? One that's airborne and the other one that's telepathic?
I had thought that it was airborne because I figured that there might have been a tear in your suit, but you didn't have any tears on your suit, so I can roll that out. If it is telepathic, my instruments at the moment wouldn't be able to discern that.
Is it possible this parasite has evolved over time? It's been here for months,
That is possible.
eating away on the crew members.
That is a possibility, yeah. What species were all of the officers that we've encountered? They were human, weren't they?
Like various Alpha Quadrant Federation species. You know, you got some Vulcans, you got
Okay.
Bolian here or there, humans. You know, like
yeah.
they're all, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it is possible that it has evolved over time, especially since bacteria and what have you tend to replicate pretty quickly. Plus, it might affect the various species it's come across differently. If it does have telepathic powers, it possibly might have come from the Vulcan that it infected, or it might have just been telepathic pre-existingly.
It seems to take in a singular purpose. I'm thinking all the organisms are into some sort of hive mind. What I'm thinking is flooding the ship with some sort of corrosive thing that would kill the entity. For all we know, we are trapped here as well. And I don't know you, but I don't feel like dying just yet.
Oh, the mission comes first.
I don't care about dying. I care about making sure this thing doesn't get anywhere else.
Agreed.
Which is
So
why-
let's go ahead, Commander.
Which is why I think we should look into a matter of neutralizing it. All of us are wearing protective suits. So let's see if we can find something that eats away at this parasite.
First, we need to get to deck 12. If they manage to launch those escape pods, there will be almost impossible to stop them from that point. And Artemis doesn't know about the spores yet. If they pick up the escape pods and don't destroy them, that'll be hell to pay.
That's true. Yeah.
Assuming something's not right on the Artemis already. Let's get to deck 12.
This
All
way.
right, then let's go. Lead the way.
All right, little speed apply. Hopefully, I set these pages up. All right, your team enters this room, and these vats that you see dominate the space. And they seem to be constructed from various bulkheads, metal crates, everything that you have been finding that has been missing from the surrounding areas as you walk through the ship. Like they're made with parts of the hull, they're made with computers. Like it really looks like everything has been transformed. All of the conduits that you guys have been seeing and following have led directly to this point. The vats themselves seem to be filled with like a slurry-like pool, and you can make out liquefied flesh and bones, and you even can make out Starfleet uniforms floating within these vats. And as you look around, the glow that is given off from these vats seem to illuminate piles of dead Starfleet officers. Their limbs seems to be tangled up in a grim mockery of order, as they seem to be piled 3, 4, sometimes 5 bodies high. As you look around, even some of the infected seem to be dragging bodies to and from the vats as they're throwing them in without regard, with no regard for any type of reverence to the dead or deceased. And all of the infected in this room seem to be chanting in unison, "Feed the hive, feed the hive, feed the hive."
Are they gathered in one cluster?
No, they're spread throughout the room.
Just gonna whisper to everyone else. If we could gather them at a choke point, I can chuck my grenade on them. That will make them more easy to handle.
Lead the way then. The faster we can do this, the better.
To lure them into one place.
All right, I'll be the distraction, I suppose. I'm just gonna run around, screaming.
All right. All right, Dr. Needs. Go ahead and give me a presence command. Difficulty 2.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Sorry about that. The server had reloaded for me. It's reloading now. Okay. Let's see.
Were you guys able to see my test text in Forge?
Oh,
Yeah, or it says test, yes.
yeah.
Okay. I did have a pop-up like a half hour ago that it was disconnected, so I just wanted to be sure.
Okay, hold on here. There we go. Ooh. One complication.
All right. All right, Doctor. Does the result stand?
Does the result stand?
Yeah. Because it's technically a fail with a complication.
Oh, okay. Yes, that is indeed the result.
All right. So you head away from the group and you're trying to be the distraction that Rick's wanted. And the one closest to you hears you screaming and yelling and runs right towards you. And he goes to take a bite at you. This going to be combat. They get the first turn because of the complication. Doctor, this will be daring security opposed. You set the difficulty.
Okay, daring security. How do I set difficulty? What is that?
So you are just going to roll dice, and the number of your successes is going to be the difficulty for the opponent.
Oh, okay, daring security.
Yep.
Do you saw the roll?
Yeah, I saw it. So it's a difficulty 1. I'm going to use a threat to buy a dice.
Cool.
All right, I have 2 successes. And this one runs up to you, opens his mouth wide, and tries to bite directly into your suit right at your arm. And as it takes a step back, you notice that it just ripped off the whole arm portion of your suit.
Damn. All right then.
And it takes a step back with the arm part dangling out of its mouth. I will pass the turn to you.
Right. Well, I'm gonna try to stab it, of course. Not stab it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah. You could technically avoid the injury by taking stress. So I think the damage would be 3 minus 1 for the suit's resistance, I believe. So you could take 2 stress to avoid the injury.
No, I'll do that next time. Now let's make this real life stressful. All right, I'm gonna shoot it with my phaser. Or did I drop that when it tore my arm off?
So if you don't take the stress, you would go down with an injury.
Oh, okay. Sure, I'll take the stress then. That's fine. 2 stress.
And then, so it would be your turn. So you guys could decide in which order you guys go.
What does taking stress do in terms of rolls?
It's basically a life total. They kind of changed how stress works in this game. It's basically like taking life.
Oh, okay, cool.
Kind of like in layman's terms, it's like taking damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take the stress and go down with an injury. You said?
Yeah. If you didn't take the stress, you would just get injured.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take the stress. Actually, you know what? No, let's go with the injury. Let's make this real stressful.
If you take the injury, you won't be able to do anything. So
Yeah, that is correct.
you're out of the fight, basically.
Oh, this actually kind of yeah. I'll take the injury. I'll be like back real quick. I had some.
Okay.
If that's okay with that. Yeah, I'll just be like AFK for like 20 minutes. I'll be back. 10 minutes now. Is that cool with you?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that way, you guys don't have to wait for my turn.
Yeah, just know that if you get injured, we can't do anything to bring you back into the fight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just say
yeah,
that he. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is it lethal? The injury if he's taking it?
So kind of how I narrated this one was that he just ripped off a piece of the armor, and then I'll just say the zombie pushed him away, and he kind of like hit the wall, or tripped over one of these conduits, like lost his balance. So I'll call it non-lethal, mostly because I'm not spending the threat for it.
In that case, Kyr's gonna go and shoot the zombie charge for, well, lethal. And I'm not quite sure it's the phaser, but yeah, it's just set to kill. Minor action to aim.
Wait, which one?
The one on top of him.
Okay.
Then I'll spend another moment there for a third ace.
Oh, my bad. Alright, cool.
Right. Yep. You are. Oh, you rerolled. Yep. Gain of momentum. And as your phaser shot hits this one on the side, it starts to tumble back and falls down right at the side of this vat, letting out a as it falls.
Should keep the initiative to have Rix go, and choosing how Rix just shoot him.
So is there only one left? No, there's 2 left.
Yep, there's 2. There's one on top, and then there's one over there.
And they're in completely different places, right?
That is correct.
I wanted to use my grenade, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I can do that. Okay, let's try and game this. I'm gonna shoot the one closest to us, which will probably be this one.
Which one?
This one to the right.
Okay.
So I have an award, the Starcross Award. Once per mission, before attempting a task that one of their focuses applies to, the character may choose to double their focus range for that task. The character scores 2 successes for any dice that rolls equal to or less than twice their department rating. Blah, blah,
All right,
blah.
so your crit chance. So if you use that, your crit chance range with your security would be double that.
Yeah, so 10, basically.
Yep.
So I'm hoping to gain a lot of momentum from that. So I'm going to give you a... let's see. I'll give you 2 threat, and I'll take 1 momentum for 2 extra dice. For a shooting, focus, and roll. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll 17. Damn it. Oh well.
Oh yeah, I gotta think. I gotta keep in mind your increased critical range. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 successes, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you gain 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full momentum.
And this one you hit with such force in your shot, flying and creates a hole, and goes flying through the bulkhead on the wall in the back as it was structurally unstable. And he goes flying into the room behind.
And then swift action. For 1 momentum, because of my fire at will. I'm also going to use the aim minor action. I'm gonna shoot with this guy up here now.
Okay, so him I'm actually going to call in cover because he's higher and he's kind of blocked by the vat. So this one will actually be an opposed row. He sets the difficulty, however.
If I moved, would he be out of cover?
No.
Okay.
So I'll roll 4 dice. Your difficulty will be technically 4.
4 total.
Yeah, because you have the swift. You have the swift task.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna give you a threat, and I'm gonna use all the remaining. No, wait. Let's see. Yeah, give you all 1 threat, and I'm gonna take the rest of the momentum. So I have all the dice. Focus on and roll. All. I'm gonna re-roll the 18 and 19, just because I can. For the accurate. All. 8 successes.
Great, gain 4.
2.
And you expertly aim your phaser rifle, hitting this one right in the head. And as it leans over the side with its now neck exposed, you see what looks to be a large symbiote-like creature fall out from this body's nervous system. And falls on the floor, flops a little bit, and then stops moving.
I'm just gonna look around the room. Do I see any more hostiles?
Nope. And in fact, you are out of combat.
Clear. Doctor, are you all right?
Yep, I just took an injury. I'll heal myself later. Actually, oh fuck, I took an injury. No, I'm gonna start panicking. Did they break the skin?
No.
Okay, cool.
The
And then
suit-
I'm gonna. The suit took the damage. I don't think I could go back to the ship anymore. I've been exposed, and I don't have a cure. I'll have to activate the self-destruct sequence and stay behind for you two to get away.
Let's not be dramatic, Doctor.
I'm gonna go find the launch activation on the escape pods and shut it off.
You're able to find it, and I'm assuming you're going to take the same motion, just shoot the thing.
Yep.
Yep, you find it. No problems.
These won't eject for a while now. Now we just need to deal with the remaining threat. Brenda, did you see that thing that came out of the last one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have half a mind of scanning it, which is what I'm gonna do right now to see if I can identify it.
Go ahead and give me a reason insight with medicine or science difficulty 2.
Easy insight two. See, I'm gonna use cautious medicine to buy a D20.
Now, do keep in mind that you could buy up to 3. So if you wanted to increase your odds even more, you could buy more dice.
Oh yes, I'll do another momentum, so I can get 4 dice.
Right. So that'll cost you 3 momentum total, because it's 1 momentum for the first one, 2
Second,
momentum for
okay.
the second one, and then it's 3 momentum for the third one. You
Okay.
can use a combination of momentum and threat if you wish.
I don't. Xenobiology apply to this or no?
Yes.
And rolling the dice. And 4 successes.
All right. Gain 2.
Nice.
So I think that would put you at 3, if I'm not mistaken, after all the math is done. All right, so you go to scan this thing, and you notice that it is a similar make to whatever that thing is on the bridge. But this thing, you do notice that it does seem to have, it seems to have interfaced with the, what's the word? With the nerve pathways inside of its host. So basically, it interfaced with the nervous system and basically took control of the body.
I'm going to share this information with the party. That way they know what's going on.
Do you think you have enough information to figure out how to kill it? Through some sort of airborne toxin?
So I'm gonna. Can I roll to see if I actually do have enough information to GM?
I will give you a difficulty 5 roll.
A difficulty 5 roll. All right.
Yes.
How many momentum did I gain from the
You
last?
gain 2, so you're at 3.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use all 3 momentum. That will bring up.
You could give me 3 threat too, like to roll.
Oh yeah, I'll give you some threat.
This must also be a good opportunity to use your value if you have one that applies.
I believe he already used this determination.
Did he?
A value. I used it earlier. I used
Okay.
the leaders get their hands dirty.
Never mind then.
Yeah, but I've been using talents and focuses. Let's see here.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I totally forgot about your quick study. I told you I'd forget.
Yeah, I've
so-
been using cautious medicine a bunch.
Yeah, so this will actually be a difficulty 4 then because of your quick study.
Yeah, cool. And xenobiology focus as well.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the difficulty 4. And what else? What else? What else? I'm gonna use a momentum to buy one, and then I'm gonna give you some threats to buy another one.
Alright, so how many dice do you want to roll total?
4.
Okay, so here are your options. So it's going to cost 3 momentum total, but you can split the cost. Like you could give me a threat and then 2 momentum, or use 1 momentum to threat.
One momentum,
all threat.
1 momentum, 2 threats.
All right.
And I'm gonna. Oh fuck me! I'm gonna re-roll that complication.
Yep.
I
I don't think those hits are actually crits.
To re-roll 1 time. So, cool. I rolled.
Yeah, I don't know why those 8s are showing crits, but I think that is actually 3 successes.
All right then.
Okay. If we have using Rix's metal thing, have somebody assist because technically you get free assist.
Rick's middle finger.
or you could challenge a value and try to get termination for a reroll too.
And Sender assist.
Yeah. And I believe it was insight or reason with either science or medicine.
Yeah, he has did the reading, so spend the momentum to gain the appropriate focus for this, and he can use his sight to tell it.
Cool. That'll put you at the 5 successes. So gain. All right, Doctor. You figured out a way, but I'm going to test your technobabble. Give me your best Dr. McCoy impression. and roleplay a solution.
Okay, so I know that they spread from host to host. I know that there's a hive mind. I know that to an extent there is some sort of telepathy because the commander was tweaking earlier. For lack of a better word, they were tweaking. I'm gonna say, okay, if we can extract another one of these little slug remnants from one of these infected bodies, we can make a pathogen or a bacteriophage where we infect the infection to kill it off. And then, of course, the short lifespan of the retrofitted infection will just end up dying anyway because it doesn't have anything to infect once it's target is killed off.
Can you make it in aerosol format?
Yeah, I can probably make it into, with a hydro spray and just go around spraying it. I just need another sample. Not this one though, because this it's touched the ground, so it's dirty.
There's 2 dead bodies.
All right, everyone stand back, and I'm gonna go to it, and I'm gonna take out my med kit and take out some tweezers or whatever other mini instruments are in the med kit, and I'm gonna start extracting one of them.
All right. This will just be a control medicine difficulty 1. Yep. So you take the laser scalpel out, and you carefully cut one of the dead bodies to extract the parasite that is clinged onto the brainstem of one of the dead bodies, and you're able to extract the parasite. Yep. So I don't know if you heard me, but yeah, doctor, you got the sample you need.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I got the sample. I'm gonna take out a hypo spray and start messing with the buttons on the hypo spray. I'm gonna add in some 20 cc's of Leola root, 20 cc's of whatever medicine is on the hypo spray, and I'm gonna just tinker this bacteriophage until I get it right. What am I rolling for that?
Give me a reason, insight, medicine difficulty 2. I'm gonna make complication 3.
Cool. Complication range 3. All right then. Ooh, using the focus xenobiology or emergency medicine actually. Let me look that up. Because I believe. I don't remember if that's for combat situations or for just like any situation. Let me see.
Xenobiology would probably work here, though.
Oh, xenobiology. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Complication range is 3. Am I using a focus? Yes. Xenobiology. Okay. 2 successes.
And you believe that you have worked out the correct formula.
Yes. All right then. I am now going to go to the other dead body and also extract one of the little symbiote pieces.
Are you basically just confirming that it works?
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if that concoction works.
Yeah, it does. You test it, and it does work on the other one.
Oh, okay, great. And now that I have the
time,
cure,
just to save some time.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so now that I have the cure, I'm gonna make some more of it on the hyperspray now that it's readily available. And I'm gonna give a 1 to the commander, of course, and 1 to Rick's.
Doctor, can we not introduce this into the life support system?
We could,
throughout with the rest of the ship?
We could,
Also,
but of course. I'm sorry, Commander, go ahead.
And if these vat things contain the majority of these after these entities, you could maybe introduce into these hats to see how they respond.
Of course, of course. Great idea, Commander. I'll do that just now. Just let me get up these ladders first, and I climb up those ladders.
Give me a daring medicine difficulty 2.
Daring medicine difficulty 2.
And I'll spend some threat, give you a complication range of 2.
Cool. Ooh, 1 success.
Now, don't forget that you could always spend the dice to buy more dice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I can't do it after I rolled, can I?
I'll let you re-roll because you're new.
Okay.
But just remember, like, you always want to think like if it's a difficulty 2, like the odds on 2 dice is not as good as having 3 dice, for example, or 4 dice.
Okay. So if I still have the momentum, I'll spend the momentum to get a die. And on top of that, is there in the game, can you use your talents whenever, or do you have a cap on those?
Whenever they apply, you can use them.
All right, cool. I'll do cautious medicine because this is a task with medicine.
Yep. Yeah, the talents are used whenever they meet the criteria of their use. So cautious medicine is whenever you buy a dice with momentum, it turns on. Quick study is whenever the description rings true, it becomes true.
Okay, cool. And focus with xenobiology, or
yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's go. Let's go with this now. Okay, 4 successes then.
Yep. So gain 2 momentum. All right, Doctor, you introduce your concoction into this vat. And as you do, rushing to the surface, you just see swimming in the liquid several more but smaller of those same parasites that you just knocked, trying to jump out of the vats. And they all jump out past you and start hitting the floor, flopping around kind of like a fish out of water, before eventually succumbing to your concoction after about 3 to 5 seconds each. They all perish.
Oh, okay. And I go, Eureka, it worked! Quick, take these extra hypo sprays and help me fill all of these vats with the serum.
Very well. Rix does as he asks.
And then one by one, meeting with very similar results, you eventually get every single vat. And you notice that on the floor, there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of these little parasite things.
Nice. Good. Looks like we won't have to blow this ship up after all. I still think we might, have to do it, but that's up to the commander. Nothing wrong with the little ship exploding.
Let's introduce it to the life support system. He and Tarde affect her, get rid of them all throughout the shift at the same time.
Very well. I'm gonna climb back down the ladder and we'll go over to the panel that controls the life support system, assuming that it's in this room.
All right. You do have to get the environmental controls back working. That's probably going to be a control or daring engineering. Difficulty 3.
Ooh, all right then.
May can do that. May will do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It doesn't have to be you, Doctor.
Yeah, May could do that.
Emergency repairs for focus?
That sure would apply.
I take 2 threat and we'll spend 1 momentum.
gain 2. Then you hear a hiss from the environmental systems as the air seems to be blowing throughout the ship again.
I'm gonna take off my EV suit since it was already destroyed. At least the arm portion of it.
All right.
Mason's right. Dr. Tilliers?
Oh, thank you, Macy. And I'm gonna introduce it into the environmental controls.
Right. And a few moments after you introduce the parasite, you probably wait about 10 seconds. And Commander, you start hearing a chirp from your communications device, as it seems that you now have communications back with the ship. Artemis to away team, do you read me? Artemis to away team, come in.
Away team.
Commander, it's good to hear your voice. We lost contact with you as soon as you beamed over. What's your status?
It appears the ship was infected with some sort of alien pathogen that took over the crew. We've neutralized the parasites. There's some engineering on behalf of everyone here. So you get a scan of this ship again, please, and I still have my life sensor on board.
We're only detecting 5, Commander. You're 5. But it does seem like the scans are coming in a lot clearer now.
Understood, sir. We're gonna spend some time over here collecting all the data logs that we can that were destroyed. And then we'll be returning back to the ship following decontamination protocols.
Understood. Now that we're able to cut through the interference, we'll keep a transporter lock should you need it.
Understood, sir. Away team out.
Commander, even though we seem to have the infection under somewhat control, I still recommend coupling the ship before we leave the area to make sure the infection is gone for good and to lay all of these souls to rest.
That'll be the captain's decision. The tip, but I will forward it to him.
Thank you, Commander.
Right. Anything final you wish to do on here before you head back to the Artemis?
Nope. I'll take like 3 of the dead leeches. Pick
Oh
them
no,
up,
they
put it in
stay
one
here.
pocket. They stay here?
stay
Okay.
here.
I think Rix will have a personal goal before we leave the ship to collect the last log of as many crew members as he can gather.
Oh, sorry. What? Say that again, Ritz.
He's going to have as a personal goal to collect as many last personal logs of the crew members as he can find in the computer before they leave.
Yeah, you're able to find probably 2 more logs. The rest of it has been destroyed or the computer core ripped out to lose them. But you are able to find the chief engineer's log and then like a random log on a data pad somewhere. And I'll just post those in the chat for you guys.
You read them out if you want to do it for the stream.
Oh, okay. The first log I'll read is the chief engineer's log. Chief engineer's log, Lieutenant Commander Tariq Shaw. Stardate 48015.8. We've lost control of half the ship. Main power's fluctuating. Someone's rerouted it to non-essential systems. The bastards even tore apart my warp core shielding to build something. I don't know what yet, but it's pulsating with energy like a reactor. Every console I touch feels corrupted. Systems override themselves, and I swear I can hear whispers through the damn relays. We tried shutting down life support to certain sections to starve them out, but they countered us. They're using the air ducts and crawl spaces to move undetected. I welded shut as many conduits as I could, but I know it's not enough. They're inside the walls, inside the ship. I keep fighting to keep the warp core stable, but it's just a matter of time before they overwhelm us. And then the final log, crewman's personal log, Ensign Julian Frost, stardate 48014.5. I don't think we're gonna make it. I heard the chief engineer talking about power drains, but I think it's worse than that. Last night, I swear I saw someone I knew was dead walking down the hall. He stopped for a moment, like he recognized me, and then he whispered something. I couldn't make it out, but I swear it was my name. The crew keeps saying it was just exhaustion. They were all imagining things. But that's not it. They're in our heads. I can hear them sometimes, murmuring fragments of my thoughts before I even think them. If anyone finds this log, stay away from the Peregrine. We're lost. And if you board this ship, you will be too. You're welcome, Stream. And those are the logs.
After he reads through those logs, just gonna give them a silent consideration and say to himself, rest in peace.
Artemis, 5 to beam out.
And as the senior staff head back up to the bridge, the captain will turn to you. Commander, report.
It would appear that the Peregrine was infected with picked up a parasite from somewhere. This parasite functioned similar to a hive mind telepathically, and infected the entire crew. All hands were lost. That'll be it for the details in my report, sir. You know, say it's pretty disturbing.
Understood. recommendations on what to do with the Peregrine?
Lieutenant Ricks recommends we destroy the Peregrine. With all due
And
respect,
what
sir,
is your recommendation, Commander?
there really isn't nothing there but dead bodies. Many of them have been, let's just say, it's not a gruesome. It's a fairly gruesome sight. I agree with Lieutenant Rix's recommendation.
Lieutenant Ricks, make it
Yep.
happen.
Yes, Captain. Loading.
Lieutenant, fire when ready.
Loading photon torpedoes. Target the Peregrine. Ready to launch. Firing.
And with that, we'll call that the end of Neurogenic.